Apologies, everybody. Forgot to put myself on the screen. Good morning. It's Cowboy here, 8:30 a.m. EST. And we're going to go ahead and take actually a quick look. We're going to start with the news today. I think we have a little data coming out. Apologize for the moment there where I was not on the screen. We'll edit that out for the live show. Okay, Thursday. See, that's July 30th. Wow, way in the future. Let's take a look at July the 2nd. Yes, sure enough, right as we started the show, we had the employment data coming out for the U.S. and looks like the non-farm employment change, like a fair amount of jobs lost there. Okay. So now look, here's the thing about this data. Is it real? Is it fake? I don't know. It may be that a lot of this data here is just kind of fudged. A lot of these data are like, we don't even know how they calculate it. However, the fact remains that the market is going to react to these things as if it's real. So that's what we want to know. And it looks like mostly this is going to be a, let me see, employment change. So what does it say here? Excluding, okay, actual greater than forecast, good for currencies. This would be bad for currency, meaning dollar weak news, which means things rise against the dollar based on this news. And so we'll jump over to the charts to actually see what that looks like. So here's the NASDAQ. We'll start there and I'll move down to the 5 minute, what is this? The 5 minutes, the 5 minute time frame here. So we can actually see some granular data. Good morning, SGCS4NN. So you can see the price did pop up based on this data, right? See that nice candle right here as I zoom in. So yeah, dollar weak news means that things rise against. So we'll probably be able to see this across the board on a lot of the data. So let's zoom out a little bit and just take a look at what we think is going to happen in the next few days. Let's see here. I'm just looking at the data right now. It looks like what I predicted, not the initial prediction on Monday, but once the market kind of got into full swing on Tuesday, one of the two paths that I drew actually kind of started to happen here, right? It came down right to the level where I thought it might, and it bounced, and it's just kind of grinding sideways. So pretty uneventful. It's not a very big week, right? There's not a lot of news this week. We don't have anything major happening. So far, no surprises over in the Middle East that I know of. You hear about this, you hear about that, but in reality, if you just watch what's happening in the charts, it's going to tell you, what is more or less going on. We are taking requests, as the title of the show says, and we have SGCS4NN with a request looking for wheat stock. We will take a look at that for you. First, I want to take a brief look at the precious metals. They're holding up. This is lovely to see. It looks like they're actually holding up a little bit better than I thought they would. And I did think we would either go sideways or a little bit down. And I'm happy to see the metals are doing a little bit better than we thought they might. But let's just zoom out. Yeah, okay. So what we have here is on the daily chart here, there's a fair amount of algorithmic support. And this is something I always say about metals. They will surprise you. They'll be a little bit stronger than you think they're going to be. So one of the places where it might go before it really meets a lot of resistance is up to about, I'd say anywhere from 64 to 67. It's at 61 right now. That is silver, by the way. And what I'm looking at here is this little green candle, the shooting star right here. This was where price tried to rally up on the way down and got rejected. So it may come up to grab liquidity in that area. We might see that today or tomorrow. It's already kind of doing it now. So we might see a nice number on the on that metal right there. And gold, of course, is heading up too. I don't think it's solely based on this data though. The data, I think this is just a technical move. So gold and silver are catching a bid, and I did explain that they do that. Everything does that, but gold and silver are known to kind of move a little bit like you don't expect it. And while I have been calling it out superbly over the past month or two, I didn't quite get it right this week, and I didn't trade it. It didn't meet the conditions for my trade. It did kind of catch the conditions for my trade right here on this move up, and it came down, and that would have been a profitable trade had I taken it. I did not take that trade. Now that and plus the algos may not have allowed me to take that trade. I wasn't paying attention to gold yesterday, at 5 a.m. I was more gearing up for the NASDAQ, so I simply didn't do that. It would have been a profitable trade. I probably would have not lost anything or made half of my profit on that. So that's good. I didn't take trade. I want to call it a win, but see how it rejected right where I said it would. So that's good. Now it's popping up. It's looking pretty strong. So no trades on this, right? And silver did the same kind of thing. It rejected here, right about there. I didn't plan any possible trades there, but it did the same thing. All right, let's take a look at our request, and then we'll get back to whatever charts we have time for. Wheat we'll look at. I'll do the wheat CFD over in forex.com. All right, so tell me SGCS4NN, what are we trading on this? What time frames are we doing? Options? What's your plan on this? Because I could tell you that this is showing. Let's zoom out here. It's been heading down. It's showing some strength repeatedly though at this level. It always wants to bounce, it seems, or at least historically it has bounced. I'm going to actually box this out because it's shown in this range. It likes to bounce anywhere from 585 to 575. Okay, that's where it likes to bounce. Now, what it is forming though is a top formation, long call, as you say. You might be what kind of expiration are you doing? 30-day, 0-day? What's your expiration on these? So I can tell you that while this does look promising, we're also looking at a top formation here. See, 1, 2, no, maybe not. Maybe not. Wheat forecast at its lowest of 69 years. Yeah, well, we'll see about that. I'm not really into forecasts per se. I do forecast 6-month expiration. Oh, dude, yeah, that's so far out there. So you want to know what's going to happen effectively in 6 months or 3 months or whatever that might be. You're on a very high time frame. Okay, that's the monthly. Let me see if I can get out a little further. See if I can grab the 6-month data. No, not on this one. Let me see if I can find a chart. Let's see, wheat. CFD. I'm looking for a longer. I want a ticker that goes back farther. Perhaps on Owanda. Yeah, okay. Look, high time frame, it is certainly bearish. Okay, that is definitely the case. But at the same time, I don't know that I would listen to forecasts saying it's the lowest in this amount of time. Again, I don't really do I don't trade that far out. I can read data, that I can do. But wheat has some very high time frame, supports. And if we just pay attention to those, if you're worried about wheat falling in price, just based on what I'm seeing, let me see here. I'm not sure I agree with a bleak forecast like that. Yeah, lowest in 69 years. Well, okay, so wheat right now is sitting at like $6, and lowest in 69 years. Well, a couple issues with that. Are they adjusting for inflation? Because wheat was at $2 back in 2004, right? So I would be interested to hear about this wheat forecast because I don't agree with it. Perhaps if you're adjusting for inflation, right? If it's going to settle in, the lowest it would go, if it goes down, I think would be down to like 476. I don't think it'll break below that outside of a major structural change, right? If there's a forecast in wheat that's that bleak, it must be something fundamental. Like they think people are going to die and not eat because the population only grows. So are they, or is there a new technology? Like, what is this forecast? Is it a fundamental forecast? Because the charts are not reflecting price going down to, 2004 levels, let alone 1950s levels, right? So I'm not, I wouldn't, I mean, who did that forecast? I'm very skeptical. I don't do fundamental forecasts, but I'm very skeptical of that forecast. The charts say that the like locally, your lowest spot is going to be where it bounced, right? Locally. Now, if I had to guess what's going to happen, I'd say it's either going to sort of bop around in here, maybe compress a bit, and then actually go sideways. If it jumps down, and it could, that move down is possible. It would be, not as dramatic as the forecast, but I think you would see price take going out like years, sliding down to that 470, and then, or not years, but several months, and then I think it would actually go sideways again. So no, I really don't expect to see. Price might not go down at all. All indications on the algorithm have it going basically sideways for a large period of time. So I'm not sure what that forecast is, but I simply don't agree with it. Not based on the charts, right? So you get a lot of people saying a lot of things. Sometimes you just got to kind of take them with a grain of salt. And that will do it today. We have done, what do we cover today? NASDAQ, we covered gold, silver, and wheat. So I'm going to go ahead and cover Bitcoin, and I'm going to cover some forex pairs and some other stocks at request over in the private live lab. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe. There is a free algo. If you go into the description, if you click the link, it will take you to a video where I build an algo for you, and you have to optimize it before you use it. It's not plug and play, but we teach you how to do that over at algofactory.tech, right? But algos are cool. And what's really cool about them is that they're the engine for your agentic trading bot. So I know everybody wants to do their AI agentic trading bot. They want to push a button and the computer makes them a bunch of money and it all sounds great. And that's not how it works. You have to actually tell the AI agentic trading bot what to do. And that's what your algo is. We teach you how to build that. And it is way easier than you think. So come to algofactory.tech, check us out, learn how to trade like a hedge fund pro. We also have a lot of really good macro data as well. And never, never, ever forget.
Join us or die.
Just